Hello, my name is Cinda Brock and I'm the founder and trainer for Champions Equestrian, and today we're going to be working on how to learn about rhythm, pace, and track and approaching a jump. When you're looking at trying to transition from doing flat work into going over obstacles and then leading into going over fences, it eventually leads to a full course of jumps. All right, what we're moving into with our jumping is we're learning how to go to a jump. Most people talk to me about jumping the most difficult piece. And when you work on it and you spend time working on it, you're gonna figure out that your rhythm and your pace and your track is what establishes a successful jump. And then once you get through one fence, and then you just start adding fences. And so we're gonna have our riders first take off at a walk. And when we're gonna watch them, what you can do in an indoor arena is you can establish markers, okay? You can establish places to turn, letters. You know, if you look at the center of our fence, we're looking at the white strip. What I'm looking at before and after the jump is there something visually I can see that would line me up and make sure that I'm going to the middle of the jump. The other reason why you want to find something to look at is so that that's where your intention is going. If you're looking down at the ground or looking at your horse or looking at the pole, that's where you're going to end up. And so you want to look, and Mackenzie, you can go ahead and walk through. What do you see on the opposite side of this jump that helps you stay straight? Okay, so Mackenzie is looking at a sign on the opposite end of the arena. She's riding her horse between her leg and her rein, and she's breathing and keeping her leg on and her eye up as she's riding through the pole. What happens to most horses is they feel us pause, or they feel us look down or take our leg off, and then they don't go over the obstacle. And so Zoe, same thing. She's looking in front, she's got her teammate in front of her. She's finding the middle of the fence and finding the track to the jump. Go ahead and turn around and come back the other way, ladies. So when you reverse, just walk back through it one more time. What is the object through the jump at the opposite end of the arena that is helping you find your track? Okay, so she can actually see herself in the mirror. Sometimes it's a letter, a fence post, a flower, a tree. You have to look for things that help your intention and your eye go through the pole or through the jump. We're practicing it at a walk. What I call mapping is something people don't spend a lot of time doing. They just pick up their canter and go to a jump and then try to figure out how to make it successful along the way. What I'm setting you up for is I'm saying, go ahead and pick up your trot and tracking to your right when you guys are ready. What I'm setting up and establishing is to every single fence, you can have a map and a pattern. You can have a set track of where you're supposed to look and how you're supposed to get there. And you do that by walking and by trotting first. And so Mackenzie is now trotting through the fence. She's finding the track. She already knows what she's going to look at. Now she's working on her rhythm and her pace, okay? And most of these horses that you're seeing in these videos are jumping horses, okay? Sweet Pea specifically is in the equitation ring, and the hunter ring and the equitation ring. And Court, Zoe's horse, is in the jumper ring. And so when you watch Court, he's gonna take a quicker step, a little bit shorter step, and he does have, you have to manage a jumper because they move so much faster between your leg and your rein. It's a much quieter ride on a faster horse. There we go. Nice job, Zoe, that was really good. And so they've established track, they've established pace. Now at the canter, ladies, we're gonna establish rhythm. So track down the rail on your right lead. And here's where you're starting to put all of it together. You found your track, we did it at a walk. We found our rhythm now at the canter. And so as she's cantering, I'm just gonna help her say something really simple out loud. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good girl. 1, 2, 1, and 2. So a bit of a launch. Keep going. We'll let Court circle. So Sweet Pea took a little bit more of a leap in front of the jump, and so her rhythm wasn't quite there, right? Her pace and her rhythm to the jump was a little bit off just based on getting to the fence and over jumping it. Okay, let's try Court. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, good. She really has to work with this horse quite a bit on keeping the correct lead. And so Court's favorite lead is his left. And you can see when he gets a little excited going to a jump, he naturally just wants to switch to that left lead. And so what Zoe works on quite a bit is just establishing her rhythm and pace with her horse and correct leads. If she were tracking left, he would be magical all the time. But we don't just jump jumps tracking left, we also have to track right.